Hello and welcome to the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. I'm your host and guide Mohit Lalwani. This is the show that brings you all the horse racing action from India and the rest of the world. Well, there's plenty on the show today, so let's head straight down to the racetrack.
The Independence Weekend was a celebration of high-quality racing, starting with two graded races on Sunday, the 14th of August.
This Sunday is one of the rare days in Pune where we have two graded races. The traditional FD Wadia Trophy, a Grade 2, which is often seen as a pointer to the Pune Derby, and the Eve Champion Cup, sponsored for the first time by Vascon, a leading real estate player in Pune. Both are top-quality races with a rich tradition behind it. The FD Wadia is promoted by Dr. Farokh Wadia of the Yeravada stud, and Dr. FD Wadia, FF Wadia himself, was a doyen of Indian breeding for many, many years, a farm which has produced several Indian Derby winners. Both races have drawn competitive fields, and we are extremely grateful that Yeravada and Vascon have stepped in to promote two of our biggest races at Pune.
Well, now two graded races for you on this episode. We begin with our first. It's the FD Wadia, and our first look at how the juveniles have summered after their winter surgeon.
The first of the two was the Grade 2 FD Wadia Trophy over 7 furlongs. A total of 10 3-year-olds were declared for the Grade 2 FD Wadia Trophy, led by number 1 Picasso. Picasso was ridden by Adesh Kumar and trained by Pacey Shroff and was carrying the heavy impost of 62 kilos, with number 2 Amaretto carrying 60. Number 6 Our Chieftain was joined by C. Rajendra in the saddle, while number 7 Secret Service would have Sunil to guide him home. Unbeaten in his last 4 starts, Picasso walked around in the paddock as cool as a cucumber. Number 2 Amaretto was in Shapur Mystery's colours and had Srinath in the saddle, having won in Bangalore over the summer before coming over to Pune. Oriental Charm from Basin Chinoy's stable was making his debut, while Combined Operation and Our Chieftain were making their first starts at the Pune racetrack. Secret Service, trained by Faisal Abbas and ridden by Sunil, had run second to the Kingfisher Bangalore Derby winner Pronto Pronto, and the son of Razine looked to be the most likely threat to Picasso. Greatness had demonstrated plenty of speed, but would have to prove that she had the stamina to match as she was stepping up from 5 furlongs to 7. Lake Paradise, a winner of his only start in Bangalore, had Suraj Naredu in the saddle, while Scorch, another 1 out of 1 winner from Altmarsh Ahmed's stable, made up the 10. As the favourite looked head and shoulders above the rest of the field in the paddock.
Well, now the horses are on their way to the start for this 7 furlong race. There's excitement in the air because Picasso, well, many believe he truly is a great champion. We wait and see how he does. But before we go there, we caught up with a man who's given up his riding boots for a saddle. Yes, Malesh Naredu went over to Chennai and gave us an idea of what lifestyle means to him.
For over 25 years, the Hiranandani Group has been the byword for quality and innovation in construction and has delivered over 30 million square feet of completed development, including 21 million square feet that is residential. With over 65 million square feet under development, Hirco, building on its Hiranandani legacy, is clearly the largest residential builder in India. One of the most magnificent projects that Hirco has given India is the Hiranandani Palace Gardens, which in essence successfully pioneered the concept of large-scale integrated townships and self-sufficient communities that provide the highest lifestyle standards at an affordable price. Their latest Hiranandani Palace Gardens at Chennai saw a special visitor taking a look at a lifestyle option that left an indelible impression. Champion jockey turned trainer Malesh Naredu is no stranger to Chennai, having ridden multiple classic winners there.
So Malesh, how do you like this wonderful place in Chennai that we've hijacked you and brought you to?
This place looks amazing, Nehal, with so much of greenery around. It looks beautiful. Actually, I've only seen this kind of greenery at the racetrack at Chennai.
Hiranandani Palace Gardens, Chennai is spread across 535 acres with 240 acres of township development, 120 acres of business parks and 175 acres reserved exclusively for greenery. Plentiful water and amenities including clubhouses, swimming pools, sports facilities and a state-of-the-art security infrastructure, Hiranandani Palace Grounds, Chennai is a safe haven and the next heavenly abode.
Well, Malesh, you still seem to be enjoying yourself at the palace grounds in Chennai. What do you think of the garden over here behind us?
This garden looks beautiful, Nehal. And especially for the family with the kids around in the evening times, it's going to be really, the kids are going to enjoy this garden beautifully. I wish my family was here.
Hiranandani Palace Gardens, Chennai is a new generation live, work, play concept with a vision that blends contemporary culture and nature to meet every need. Comfortable homes for all tastes and budgets are not just stylish and elegant, but are just a few minutes away from schools, hospitals, banks, shops and cafes.
Wow, this is amazing. This is a master, really nice. Every time I came to Chennai, I stayed in the Chettinad Palace. And yeah, I come in Palace Garden. Chennai really treat me royal.
Designed by the famous architect Hafiz Contractor, Hiranandani Palace Gardens is a tradition of excellence in township living at its very best, with wide tree-lined streets and an extensive trail system linked to an unsurpassed lifestyle. Once inside the Hiranandani Palace Gardens, Chennai, we are transported to a world of luxury and grandeur. The apartments are designed with a special touch and with an eye for perfection. No stone is left unturned.
It's a very beautiful kitchen, and I'm very sure every lady will like this kitchen. Oh, this is a kids' room. Huh? Nice. How time is flown, man. The kids have grown up. Suraj was just yesterday a little kid, now he is a 24-year-old boy with 1,000 winners under him, a winner in America. How time has flown. Let's go and check the next room.
With Malesh Naredu exploring every aspect of the apartment, he's more than convinced that this is not just the home he would like, but a very profitable investment as well.
It's a wonderful apartment and complex. I'm glad I came to Chennai. Thank you to Hirko for having me here. Palace Gardens really rock.
Well, an absolutely superb township. We'll take a short break here on that note on the Fly Kingfisher winning post. We'll come back. There's plenty more. So if you're going anywhere, be right back.
Flying high, you and me. Flying high, you and me.
Kingfisher Airlines, now connecting the US to India through Dubai, Hong Kong, Bangkok, London and Singapore.
Welcome back to the Fly Kingfisher winning post. Now, for those of you just joining us, mind you that the horses for the FD Wadia are on their way to the starting gate. Now, just before the FD Wadia, we had another graded race. This was for the older horses. It was the Eve Champion Trophy, and I can tell you this one was a humdinger.
The first of the two was the Grade 3 Vascon sponsored Eve Champion Trophy over 10 furlongs. Led by number 1 Mr. Greedy, the field included number 2 Ocean and Beyond and number 3 Cabriolet, the two favourites. Mr. Greedy was in the first silks of Vijay Shirke and was possibly in this field to ensure that his more preferred companion Cabriolet got a true run race. Ocean and Beyond had Suraj Naredu on board and in the Wadwan silks was hoping to shrug off his indifferent performances towards the tail of the Bombay winter season. Ocean and Beyond won the Nanoli Stud Pune Derby over the course and distance last year and followed it up by finishing first in the Indian 2000 Guineas, only to be disqualified thereafter. Looking close to his best in the paddock, the son of King Salsa had his share of supporters. Cabriolet had barely missed out on winning the Nanoli Stud Pune Derby 2 years ago, but as the subsequent winner and track record holder of this course and distance, was firmly supported in the betting market. Ridden by Dashat Singh and trained by Pacey Shroff, it wasn't at all surprising. Native Knight from Narendra Lagat's stable was looking for his second career victory, and with a solid lead up to this race, came in with plenty of hope. Highland Crown from Kuji Kathrok's stable was in the second Wadwan Silks, and as a genuine stayer was the dark horse in the field. With the anticipation building up, the horses left the paddock to make their way to the starting gates.
They are off and racing for the Vascon Eve Champion Trophy Grade 3 to a lovely even start by all the five. And as they settle down to race, Mr. Greedy hits the front just about a length in front of Cabriolet in second position. A length further back there is Native Knight. 2 lengths further back there is Highland Crown, and bringing up the rear about a length and a half away is Ocean and Beyond. Past the 1600 meter marker now, Mr. Greedy about a length and 3/4 in front of Cabriolet in second position. Very close behind, joining up on the outside there is Native Knight. A gap about 2.5 lengths further back there is Highland Crown, and still lying last, length and a half away, Ocean and Beyond. Through the backstretch they go, with Mr. Greedy still maintaining about 2 lengths over Cabriolet towards the inside rails. On the outside there's Native Knight, little separating these two. Another 2 lengths further back there's Highland Crown. 2 further back, Ocean and Beyond still in the rear. Past the 1200 meter marker now, with Mr. Greedy still about a length and 3/4 in front of Cabriolet and Native Knight together. 2 lengths further back there's Highland Crown, and now showing some urgency there is Ocean and Beyond. Not a particularly fast run race this. Mr. Greedy making the running, a length and 3/4 in front of Native Knight on the outside. Close on the fence there is Cabriolet. A length and a quarter further back there's Highland Crown, being joined by Ocean and Beyond as they pass the 800 meter marker. As they begin to negotiate the home turn, it's Mr. Greedy still in charge, a length in front of Cabriolet in the middle. On the outside there is Native Knight, then comes Ocean and Beyond and Highland Crown together as they straighten up for the final run-in. And as they negotiate the bend and straighten for home, it's Mr. Greedy still in front, a length and a quarter in front of Native Knight. Cabriolet is boxed and looking for room, cramped on the inside. After that there is Ocean and Beyond. On the wider outside towards the race there is Highland Crown with about 250 meters more to run. Mr. Greedy still about a length in front of Cabriolet, coming up fast on the outside. Between them is Highland Crown and Ocean and Beyond making his presence felt on the wider outside with about 100 meters more to run. Cabriolet just a shade ahead of Highland Crown. It's Cabriolet from Highland Crown. They're fighting it out. It's Cabriolet and Dustra Singh who win the Vascon Eve Champion Trophy.
He ran very well, despite some very dubious tactics by one of the riders. But I think he won very well.
Well, he's comes from a very good family. He had Cut of the Cloth, Artois, all from that family, which have done so well. So he's just an addition, I suppose. It's a family that's good for the farm.
He got a bit constrained for space, galloping room, and he didn't really enjoy that. Once he got out of there and he found his stride, he kicked on well. But what you must understand on this track is that you need a bit of momentum. You cannot sort of come from a no position, and the horses find it difficult. I think Dasrat rode him well. He's a good little rider. He's a neat little rider. As long as they are, given the right sort of suggestions on how to ride a race, I think they do very well.
I will jump in settle in second and all the way. Bumpy हुआ, but मेरा घोड़ा बराबर चल रहा था. Good horse, nice win.
The winner Cabriolet is owned by Vijay Shirke, Khushru Boy, Burgess Desai and Farooq Ratansi. He is a son of the late Glory of Dancer.
Well, and Cabriolet truly a coming of age, if you'll excuse the phrase, but from him to a younger horse. There was a championship performance, well, from Dr. Vijay Malia's filly. Her name was Smashing, and I can tell you she certainly was smashing. Kingfisher Trailblazers is up next.
A hush was heard from the crowd when Vijay Malia's filly called Smashing jumped from the 6 furlong marker for the start of the first division of the DNA Trophy on the 20th of August. Settling beautifully, it was clear that she was something out of the ordinary.
And as they settle down to race, Ashwa Prajot in the middle pokes his nose in front from Royal Honor towards the inside rails. Very close behind, joining them is Flying Kiss. After that comes Sugarloaf on the outside towards the rails. There's Smashing in 5th. After that there is Mystery. 2 lengths further back there's Be Cool. Then there is Jacqueline Smile, and the 4-5 lengths away in the rear is Surprise Gift. They've just crossed the 800 meter marker now, with Royal Honor making the running about 3/4 of a length in front of Flying Kiss in the middle. Or on the outside, Sugar Loaf. A length and a half further back there is Smashing towards the inside rails. Ashwa Prajot on the outside. Trying to bridge the gap there is Mishri. 2.5, 3 lengths further back there's Be Cool, and the rest as they begin to negotiate the home turn. Round the turn into the straight, it's Royal Honor who comes in on first. A length and a half in front of Sugarloaf, trying to bridge that gap. A length and a half further back there is Smashing, now warming up nicely and coming up with a devastating run on the outside. And just look at Smashing, she's absolutely cruising on the outside and stretching away from Royal Honor. Smashing, making a smashing debut here, winning this one very, very comfortably from Royal Honor, finishing up second. Then there is Ashwa Prajot and the rest.
This daughter of Holy Roman Emperor was bred at the Usha stud and has impeccable bloodlines. Her dam Exquisite is by Europe's leading sire Galileo, and this Kingfisher Trailblazer is truly a potential champion.
Well, and truly a very special performance there. This filly, I can tell you, is bred to stay a mile and a half. Something very exciting for the Vijay Mallya camp to look forward to. We'll take a short break here on the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. We'll come back. There's lots more. Don't go anywhere, including a look ahead at the Rajendra Singhi, where we got a chance to catch up with the professionals. Stay tuned. We'll be back with that.
Flying high, you and me. Flying high, you and me.
Kingfisher Airlines, now connecting the US to India through Dubai, Hong Kong, Bangkok, London and Singapore.
Welcome back to the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. Now the horses at the start for the FD Wadia 3-year-olds, and Picasso is the favourite. He leads this lineup. Is Picasso good enough to take on the others, give them weight and a beating? Here's the race.
They're off and racing for the FD Wadia Trophy Grade 2 to a lovely even start by all the 10 runners. And as they settle down to race, it's Secret Service towards the inside rails. In the middle there, Dawes Hill being hard held on the outside is Oriental Charm. Very close behind them is Scotch, Chieftain, and they're all being overtaken by Greatness, showing good early speed to take over the running. A length and a half further behind the bunch is Picasso, the top weighted favourite, moving nicely on the outside towards the inside rails. Break Paradise, second last combined operation, last of all Amaretto. And as they come towards the 1000-meter marker, it's Greatness still the leader, from Scotch moving into second position. A length further back there's Dawes Hill towards the inside rails, being joined by Chieftain. A length and a quarter further back is Secret Service, who's dropped to the 5th position. Picasso making a good forward move at this stage. A length further back is Oriental Charm, who's also dropped positions. After that comes Amaretto on the outside, combined operation, and Lake Paradise is very close last towards the inside rails as they start to negotiate the home turn. As they wheel round the corner, Greatness still about a neck in front of Chieftain, putting up a forceful run on the outside. Between these two is Scotch being pushed at this stage. Picasso coming up with a good nice strides on the outside. Then there is Secret Service and Oriental Charm on the wider outside with about 200 meters more to run, and it's Picasso now who's gone ahead. A length in front of Oriental Charm on the outside. In the middle there is Secret Service, Chieftain towards the inside rails, but Picasso is staring the best of all, and Secret Service coming up with a late challenge. It's Picasso from Secret Service. Picasso wins the FD Wadia Trophy from Secret Service.
I thought he ran very well. I think considering that we had to put on a jockey who had never ridden him before, he gave him a very nice ride. I thought very smooth ride through the race. But the horse is a self-starter, you know. I think you put anybody on him, he goes.
Well, you know, he's a nice horse. He's won 2 races in Bombay. He's done well. He's a bit mischievous going down to the gate, but once he's in the race, he's very professional. He's a good horse, and he makes us all look good. Thought of Adesh as a good rider, underutilized. I think he has potential, and if he keeps his head straight, I'm sure he'll do well.
I was very nervous when I got this fancy riding in the big race, like, you know. So Paces sir told me, I want you to just like a confident race, that's all. The horse will win. That gave me a lot of confidence. And before the race, while Prakash told me that be careful on this horse while going, and in the race, just make sure you don't get blocked. That's the very important thing for this race. But the race was little fast, and I was carrying 62. So I thought if I'll try to sit like 3rd, 4th, so I'll have to use my horse here. So I waited, I sat 5th, 6th, 5th, 6th. And in the straight, I pulled him out and I won the race. And he's a lovely horse because by carrying 62 and giving a handicap to the youngsters, He won well. I was very comfortable. I would have gone another one length also.
Picasso established himself as the leading 3-year-old in India with this victory. He is a son of Black Cash out of the Nanoli Blue Hen Broodmare Allied Serenade and comes from a champion producing family.
Well, in watching from the stands, I can tell you Picasso wasn't just the best, he was the bravest as well. But from last week's winner to who's going to win next week, the Rajendra Singhji is our big race, and 2 other terms races. We've got the fillies and mares and the Aka Sahib. Well, Morning Glories took a look at some of those who were working for this weekend, and Tipping Tim highlighted the Rajendra Singhji. We got a chance to catch up with the professionals and give you our tips.
With a number of terms races scheduled for the weekend in Pune, a number of thoroughbreds were visible on the sand track going through their paceworks. Strelitzia with Zervan on top went well with Rigel, who was on the rails. The pair clocked 1 minute and 40 seconds for the 7 furlong trip and came home in 42 seconds for the last 3 furlongs. Rigel, a winner on his first start in Pune, is worth following till he gets beat. He's entered in the Class 3 contest over a mile on Sunday the 28th of August, while Strelitzia is entered in the Fillies and Mares Stakes. Hills and Stars was another who shone travelling at 52 km an hour over 1200 metres. The daughter of Razin is entered in the Rajendra Singhji and has worked like a winner. Fortune Hunter on the rails had C. Rajendra, a former champion jockey, on board and made up 5 lengths on Golden Kingdom, completing the 6 furlongs in 1 minute and 23 seconds. 1 minute and 8 seconds for 5 furlongs and going 4 under even time for the last 3. Mountain Ruler seems to be getting back to his best and looked well balanced as he strode out to the post. Springbank with Neeraj Rawal on board ran out 1000 metres in a quick minute and 8 seconds. He's entered in a Class 5 race on the weekend and is worth following based on this work. Neath with Dasat Singh on board finished ahead of his companion, clocking 53 seconds for 800 metres, while our chieftain looked impressive on an easy rein all the way to the post. This weekend begin with the General Rajendra Singhji Million over 9 furlongs on Saturday the 27th of August. This prep to the Nanoli Stud Pune Derby has a small but competitive field. Maddox, a son of Holy Roman Emperor from the Manjari Stud, shed his maiden at the start of the Pune season.
At the moment, Maddox will be representing my stable in the General Rajendra Singhji Cup. He's done reasonably well after the race, and I think we will be running him, and he should run a good race.
Maddox had Dallas Todiwala's Charge Star of Gibraltar a length and a half behind him, but the latter went on to win thereafter, beating the highly considered Knighton.
Star of Gibraltar runs the Rajendra Singhji. He won a mile 2 weeks ago. I know I'm racing him in 13 days, but he's taken the race well, and I definitely think the extra furlong will definitely suit the horse better.
Marauder from Dr. Ramaswamy's stable is a winner over this course and distance and looks to have summered well. Hills and Stars and Lake Paradise are 2 3-year-olds by Rosine with impressive credentials. Hills and Stars holds Marauder by over 8 lengths over this distance, and she will be the filly to beat. The dark horse in this field is the Bangalore Raider Saratoga Springs, who's relatively unexposed but with plenty of ability.
Saratoga Springs will be represented in the Piaggio Ape Rajendra Singhji Million to be run on Saturday. It ran a very forward race in Bangalore, the Bangalore Derby, even though it was not fully ready as yet.
Tipping Tim's 1, 2, 3 for this race is Hills and Stars, Saratoga Springs and Maddox in that order.
Well, and that's all we have on this episode of the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. Thank you for joining me. As always, it's been a pleasure to be your host. Until I see you in a week's time, may the horse be with you. Goodbye.
Fly Kingfisher Winning Post is powered by the Serum Institute of India and Hirco Industries.